how important is it to you? I assume it is important to make sure that you're doing something kind of new or unique that kind of keeps you engaged in that piece. Like if you're drawing the same piece 4 times or some variation of that piece, 4 times. Teresa Sharp had mentioned that she really is into things that are in the background. She's really into her backgrounds and sneaking little things in there that you may not notice. We talked to Andy Chambers, and he said that he's always looking for something in his piece that makes it exceptional to him. It's like, I can draw a dragon sleeve and all my clients will be blown away by it, but something about it needs to be exceptional to me so that whenever I go back and look at it later, I remember what it was that like set that piece off for me. Do you have anything like that because you are using a similar imagery, over and over? What are you looking for to kind of keep yourself engaged, if anything?
I guess I find it really hard to keep repeating the same things over and over and over again. Mm-hmm. So I guess each time I want to try to keep it fresh. And I know that's not really conducive to being, internet successful, I guess, because let's just say I did my witch hands, which I haven't done one in a while because I don't want them to look like what I had done previously. When I come back to that subject matter, I want it to be fresh. I want to take it on a whole new angle. So I'm staying above copies or staying above my previous work even. I want them to look better than what I had done previous. And that's why, when you see like a witch hand, people want to see the digits. They want to see the fingers do the thing, but it's a lot less interesting when you do this, right? You don't really see anything going on. You might be able to put some ridges in there, maybe a finger sticking up, but it's not as interesting. So there, I'm not saying you're limited because it is, or limitless rather, what you can do with a hand. I also try to pull like a new element every time I revisit something. I recently got to do an Erlenmeyer flask instead of a potion bottle that I do with like the pointed bottoms on them, and I was like, that's really cool. Absolutely, I would love to do an Erlenmeyer flask. Like I knew what that was right off the bat. I was like, hell yeah, let's do this. Science, let's do science. And I made it spooky. I made science spooky. So. I guess like some of those, there's some small things that I'd like to see, whether it be the change of an angle, an addition of like a different kind of engagement of a background. I definitely try to, I want it to be unique every time. And I feel like that stunts me, but it also makes me feel good about myself. I could just be doing the same popular design that caught on where somebody really, like, tons of people liked it on Instagram. It got a really good review. Everybody was like, yeah, great. I did 3 of them. And then at that point, I'm like, you know what? I need to kind of step back from this. Like, I'd rather keep making something fresh for me. I want to take a step forward every month, every week, every year, whatever it may be. You can't really predict how you're going to feel every year, or every month for that matter. Yeah. So I hope that answered it. Absolutely. I just want to stay fresh.
Yeah. And subtle changes and tweaking subject matter, whether it's tweaking the presentation of a hand or going from a potion bottle to a flask. Or those are little things that I was kind of looking for, that I thought that like you can render probably the way that you render a flask and a potion bottle. You're not intimidated by the flask. You're like, all right, I can just change the shape of this and I know how to do it. But then you probably learn a few things. That's just some little nugget of it that's kind of different than what you're used to, that you'll probably grab on and take to something.